Good morning, dear students. Last class we studied about electromeric effect and hyperconjugation effect. Today here we are going to study about some other portions, that is the cleavage of covalent bond or breaking of covalent bond and the reaction intermediates and attacking reagent. So first let us start. What is the bond cleavage? A cleavage of covalent bond in order. Cleavage of covalent bond. So you know in ionic compounds, so whenever chemical reaction takes place, generally the exchange of ions takes place. But in case of covalent compounds, whenever chemical reaction takes place, one type of bond break down and another type of bonds are formed. So this bond breaking takes place in two ways. So you know the covalent bond formed is by the sharing of electrons. So if the shared pair of electrons is equally distributed between the two sharing atoms, so that each atom gets an unpaired electron, that type of cleavage is known as homolytic cleavage or symmetrical cleavage, also known as homolysis. Okay, and another, if the shared pair of electrons shifted towards one atom, totally shifted towards one atom, if the one atom gets the total shared pair of electron, then that atom gets the negative charge and another atom gets the positive charge. In this way, ions are formed. So that type of cleavage is known as heterolytic cleavage. So there are two types of cleavage. One is known as homolysis, homolytic cleavage, also called as homolysis. This is also called symmetrical cleavage, symmetrical breaking of bond. And another heterolytic cleavage, also called heterolysis. Also called heterolysis, and this is also called unsymmetrical cleavage of bond. This is also called unsymmetrical and unsymmetrical. So this type of cleavage generally takes place. Look here, two atom chlorine and chlorines are there. You know the chlorine-chlorine bond contain the shared pair of electron like this ClCl. Then when bond breaking takes place, this electron pair shifted towards chlorine and this electron pair goes to its chlorine atom. So in this way, each atom now get two unpaired electrons. Now each atom get two unpaired electrons, Cl dot to Cl dot, and these are called free radicals. So due to this homolytic cleavage or homolysis, generally free radicals are generated. And this homolytic cleavage generally takes place in case of non-polar compounds, and generally takes place in presence of sunlight or in presence of heat or in presence of some free radical generator like some peroxides, etc. And another is known as a heterolytic cleavage. So in heterolytic cleavage, if the electron pair shifted towards one atom, then that type of cleavage is known as heterolytic cleavage. Look here, suppose the bond is formed between A and B. If the electron pair totally move towards B, atom B, then it gives rise to A plus B minus, or if there is another molecule that is XY, the electron pair shifted towards X, then we can get that is X minus plus Y plus. So this type of cleavage is known as heterolytic cleavage because unequal distribution of electron, here unequal distribution of electron between two atoms. So that's why unequal distribution of electron pair between two atoms, that is known as heterolytic cleavage. So these two are heterolytic cleavage and these are is known as homolytic cleavage. So due to this heterolytic cleavage or heterolysis or unsymmetrical cleavage, generally positive and negatively charged ions are formed, and due to this homolytic cleavage, generally free radicals are formed, and this generally takes place in non-polar compounds, and this generally takes place in polar compounds and in presence of polar solvents. Okay, So generally takes place in polar solvents and in polar compounds. So if a carbon atom is carrying this positive charge or negative charge, then that is called your carbocation and carbanion. So due to this homolytic cleavage, generally free radicals are generated, and due to heterolytic cleavage, carbocations or carbanions are generated. Okay. So this is about how this cleavage of bond takes place. So first note down these points, then we'll go for the reaction intermediates. So types of bond fusion, organic reactions generally involve the cleavage of bond. So cleavage takes place in two ways, homolytic cleavage and heterolytic cleavage. So when the shared pair of electron equally distributed by two atoms, so that each atom get one unpaired electron, that is known as homolytic cleavage or homolysis. This is also called the symmetrical fission, and usually takes place in non-polar bond. This may be same atom or this may be different. For example, the electronegativity difference between carbon and hydrogen is very less. So in this way, between the CH bond breaking can also take place as a result of this type of homolytic fission or by the formation of free radicals. So due to this homolytic fission, it gives rise to the unpaired electron species, that is called the free radicals. So homolytic cleavage usually occurs in nonpolar bonds and is favored by ultraviolet radiation or temperature, or by the presence of radical initiator, that is the free radical initiator, like some organic peroxides. So heterolytic fission or unsymmetrical fission. So this type of fission takes place in such a way that both the electrons of the shared pair shifted towards one atom, so that the other atom get nil. The total electron pairs shifted towards one. So as a result of this heterolytic cleavage, so ions are formed or charge species are formed. So there are two types of charge, positive charge and negative charge. And generally this heterolytic fission takes place in polar bonds, these atoms having more electronegativity difference, and in polar medium or in presence of polar solvents. Okay. Next come to reaction intermediates. So due to this cleavage of bond, this carbon atom, so in case of organic compounds, the carbon atom either get some free radical, it may contain one unpaired electron, it may form a free radical, or it may contain positive charge, or it may contain negative charge. So whenever this type of bond breaking takes place, so due to this, the very short lived from some charged species of carbon or some free radicals of carbon are created, which again reacts with other parts. So the species which are formed due to this type of cleavage, that are known as the reaction intermediates. They have very short life, because whenever you have taken some reagent, so one type of bond breaking takes place. So due to this bond breaking, what are the species generated that again reacts with other species? So the species which is generally formed due to this cleavage of bond, that are known as the reaction intermediates. And these reaction intermediates are of generally different types, like carbon free radical, carbocation, carbon atom carrying positive charge, carbon atom carrying negative charge, and another two are there, that is carbene, nitrene, another also other benzenes. There are different types of reaction intermediates. But here we are going to discuss only three free radicals, that are carbon free radical, carbocation and carbanion. Okay, so there are three types of free radicals. One is carbon free radical, carbocation or carbonium ion, carbocation or carbonium ion, carbonium ion, and another carbanium, carbon anion or carbanium. Okay, so here carbon carrying negative charge, here carbon carrying positive charge, and carbon carrying free radical. So in this way, let us discuss one by one. So carbon free radical. So this carbon free radical generally generated by homolysis, by homolytic cleavage of covalent bond, by homolysis or homolytic cleavage of covalent bond, and generally takes place in presence of sunlight or by the application of high temperature. So in case or in presence of some organic peroxide. Look here. So in the case of when methane reacts with chlorine in presence of sunlight, generally it forms methyl free radical, and so one. So first due to it generally forms. So first it forms methyl chloride and plus HCl. So this generally this reaction takes place by this free radical mechanism. So what happens? Look here, there is C, H is there. So the carbon hydrogen between carbon and hydrogen electronegative difference is very less. In this bond seems to be non-polar. This is actually non-polar. So due to which the shared pair of electron equally distributed between this carbon and this carbon. As a result, it can form CH3 free radical plus H free radical, hydrogen free radical. So in this the carbon atom surrounded by, look here it is surrounded by pair of electron, and one. So this it contains an odd electron and this is highly reactive and again it reacts with other species. Okay, so this is your generation of this free radical, and these free radicals are again of different types depending upon the type of carbon atom. And the carbon atoms are classified as primary, secondary, and tertiary carbon atom, depending upon how many number of carbon atoms attached to them. In this free radicals, carbon free radicals are again classified into three types. It is primary carbon free radical, secondary carbon free radical, and tertiary carbon free radical. So among them, the tertiary carbon free group here. So there are different types of free radical. So CH3, CH3 carbon free radical, and another CH3, CH3. So if this secondary carbon atom carries a hydrogen, that is known as the secondary carbocation free radical. If a tertiary carbon atom carries free radical, that is known as the tertiary carbon free radical. If a primary carbon carries free radical, that is known as the primary carbon free radical. So in this case, there are different types of free radicals. C, H, like this. This is primary free radical. This is a secondary free radical. This is a tertiary free radical. So among them, the tertiary free radical is more stable. That means easily it is formed, and then the secondary free radical, then the ethyl among the primary, again ethyl free radical, then methyl free radical. And this stability that is due to inductive effect and hyperconjugation effect. So more is the alpha hydrogen atom after this free radical, more is the stability. In this way there are 9 alpha hydrogen atoms, there are 6 alpha hydrogen atoms, there are 3 alpha hydrogen atoms, and there is no alpha hydrogen atom. So in this way, this is the increasing order of, this is the decreasing order of the stability of free radicals. Another thing I want to say here, the benzyl and allyl free radicals. These are also more stable. Suppose we can say that this is known as your benzyl free radical CH2 dot, and another allyl CH2 double bond CH and CH2. This is allyl free radical. So these free radicals are again more stable, that is due to resonance. Okay, next one. What is the structure of this free radical? So actually the carbon atom here undergone sp2 hybridization. So it has undergone sp2 hybridization. So as you know that the sp2 habit orbitals are planar in nature. So in this the carbon atom undergo sp2. The three and you know the habit orbitals always form the sigma bond. In this way carbon has in this way and the bond angle between them is 120 degree. Bond angle between this habit orbital is 120 degree. It undergo sp2 habit orbital. These habit orbitals form sigma bonds either with hydrogen or with other alkyl groups, and the unhybridized p orbital that remain perpendicular to this perpendicular to this plane, and that contain the unpaired electron. The unhybridized p orbital contain the unpaired electron. So this is about some reactions that undergo through free radical mechanisms, that are the reaction of methane to form the different chloroderivatives in presence of sunlight, and addition reaction of hydrogen bromide, addition of alkenes with hydrogen bromide in presence of organic peroxides, and maximum reactions of alkanes are generally takes place through this free radical mechanism. Maximum reactions of alkanes generally undergo this through this free radical mechanism. Okay, so this is some idea about the free radicals. Next coming to another intermediate, that is your carbocation. In carbocation or carbanion, the carbon atom carries positive charge. If a more electronegative atom attached to carbon in a polar solvent, then the electron pair shifted towards carbon. Look here, suppose there is a compound is like this, CH3, C, CH3 and CH3 like this, and this is known as your tertiary butyl chloride. If this is tertiary butyl chloride, then it in polar solvent it gives rise to CH3, C, CH3, CH3, and here on plus charge and plus Cl minus. Now this carbon atom carries positive charge, and this carbon is known as carbocation. So whenever this bond breaking takes place, carbon carries positive charge and here the Cl minus. Now look here, this carbon is surrounded by 6 electrons. It is surrounded by 6 electrons. So it is surrounded by 6 electrons. Here the carbon atom also undergoes sp2 hybridization. So as it undergoes sp2 hybridization, its structure is also planar. Its structure is also planar. So another p orbital is there that contain the unhybridized p orbital, and the unhybridized p orbital do not contain any electron. In this way, its structure is also similar to that of this free radical, and it contains the unpaired electron. So the p orbital we do not contain any electron, no electron in the unhybridized p orbital. And another there are 3 sigma bonds and hybridization is sp2, and 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals form 3 sigma bonds with either hydrogen or alkyl groups or any other derivatives. In this way it contains the sigma bond. Okay, so 3 sigma bonds, and there is one unhybridized p orbital that remain vacant. In this way structure is planar. The carbocation has structure is planar. This is carbocation structure, it has planar, and there are different types of these carbocations depending upon the carbon atom which carries this positive charge. So as the carbon atoms are classified as primary, secondary, tertiary, in this carbocations are again classified as primary, secondary and tertiary carbocations. So due to inductive effect, Plossai effect and hyperconjugation effect, the tertiary carbocation is more stable than the secondary carbocation, than the primary carbocation. Among the primary, ethyl carbocation is more stable than the methyl carbocation. So in this way, look here, this is the tertiary carbocation. So due to which, so three inductive effects are there in three direction inductive. So here the positive is dispersed by these three methyl groups, and the positive charge is dispersed by the three methyl groups. In this way, it becomes more stable. So this tertiary carbocation is more stable than the secondary carbocation, and this is again more stable than that of ethyl carbocation. Among the ethyl carbocation, this is again more stable than the primary carbocation or than that of methyl carbocation. This is the stability order. And the reactivity order is just opposite. So they are more stable, means easily form and remain more time, and less reactive. These are less reactive. So the reactive order of different carbocation is primary, more reactive, then secondary, then tertiary. Similarly, if we consider about the benzyl carbocation and the benzyl carbocation and allyl carbocation, these are more stable due to resonance. This is benzyl carbocation CH2 plus, and this is allyl carbocation CH2 double bond CH with bond CH2 plus. This benzyl and allyl carbocations, these are more stable due to resonance. So if you are due to this resonance, a more number of resonance structures, these benzyl and allyl carbocations, these are more stable. Okay. There are different reactions which undergo this carbocation intermediate. That is the nucleophilic substitution reaction of alkyl halides. So the alkyl halides, when reacts with a different nucleophilic reaction, it undergo different nucleophilic substitution reaction. Generally, this reaction takes place from this carbocation intermediate. Okay. Next come to another reaction intermediate, that is known as carbanion or carbon atom carrying negative charge. Carbon anion known as carbanion. So the carbanion group here, if any atom is X is there, instead of X I am writing, because for X we are writing halogen, halogen is more negative. Suppose we are writing here Z, any group is there, and this is less electronegative than carbon, then what happens? This electron, or if there is some attacking reagent is there, or if there are some attacking reagents are there, or maybe this group is less electronegative than carbon. If some metals are attached to it, like magnesium metal attached to it, zinc metal attached to carbon, then that metals are more electropositive than carbon. In this way, this electron pair shifted towards carbon. As this electron pair moved towards carbon, we get this carbon as negative charge. This is the negative charge, and here Z is the positive charge. If an electron positive atom is attached to carbon. So in this way, look here, so whenever this type of event takes place, there are how many electrons surrounded by how many electrons? Your 2, and here one electron pair that is surrounded by 8 electrons. In carbanion, it is surrounded by 8 electrons. Carbon atom surrounded by 8 electrons. As it is surrounded by 8 electrons, the carbon and it undergoes generally sp3 hybridization. It undergoes sp3 at 4 electron pairs in this sp3 hybridization, and its structure is tetrahedral. And these carbanion ions are again classified into different types depending upon the type of carbon atom carrying negative charge, and these are classified again into primary, secondary and tertiary. These are primary, secondary and tertiary. In this way these are classified. So the reactivity order of different carbanion, the stability of different carbanion is, this is the reverse of carbanium ion. So primary is more stable, then secondary, then tertiary. So in this way, so when we consider about the stability order, we can write C H minus. This is more stable than CH3, CH H minor. This is primary. Among the primary, methyl carbanion is more stable than this. And again, if we consider about primary and secondary, then secondary is least stable than primary, and tertiary is again least stable than tertiary is the least stable, then secondary, then primary. So this is the carbon atom, and the reactivity order is just opposite of this. And here also the benzyl and allyl carbanions ions, although in case of free radicals these are more stable, in case of carbocations these are more stable, as well as in case of carbanion intermediates, these are again of more stable. So these are again of more stable, that is due to resonance. So this electron pair comes here and this electron pair comes here. This electron pair comes here and this electron pair comes here. In this, due to extending this conjugation, this benzyl and allyl free radicals are more stable than that of these alkyl groups. Okay. So these are, then come to the structure. So this already we have discussed the structure. What are the reactions generally under the carbanion intermediates? Some reactions like alkyl condensation reactions undergo through these carbanion intermediates. Okay, so these are some idea about reaction intermediates. So reaction the species produced during the cleavage of bond are called reaction intermediates. So there are different types of reaction intermediates such as free radicals, carbocation and carbanion. So free radicals, a free radical may be defined as an atom or group of atom with an odd or unpaired electron. So these are some examples of free radical. One unpaired electron due to bond breaking, equal breaking of bond. This forms free radical. So free radical may be formed by the homolysis of covalent bond either by heating or in presence of light or in presence of a free radical initiator. Suppose one free radical is there, then it attacks another covalent bond. Then it forms another free radical. So in this way free radicals are generated. Okay. So note down these points. The carbon atom carrying free radical undergo sp2 hybridization. So the three sp2 hybrid orbitals forms 3 sigma bonds with other alkyl groups or hydrogen atoms. In this way, it has a planar structure. So with the carbon atom, it has carried a planar structure. The unhybridized p orbital, this is the unhybridized p orbital that contains the unpaired electron, or you can say what is the free electron. What is the free radical that reacts with others. So actually these are very short life species and these are highly reactive in nature. So alkyl free radicals classified into 3 types depending upon the type of carbon atom, that is primary, secondary and tertiary free radicals. So due to hyperconjugation effect, the stability of tertiary alkyl free radical is more stable than secondary and then primary. So more is the number of alpha hydrogen atom, more is its conjugation, more is its hyperconjugative structures, or you can say no-bond resonance structures. In this way, more is the stability. Benzyl and allyl free radicals are also more stable due to resonance. So this undergo delocalization again. Here this one comes here, this one comes here. In this way, electron one free radical creates here. In this way, due to so many number of planetary structures, this benzyl free radical is stable, so more stable than that of the alkyl free radicals also. Benzyl free radical, and this is known as your allyl free radical. Allyl free radical. So allyl free radical is also more stable than these two are more stable. Okay, so the reactivity order of different alkyl free radical is primary, then secondary, then tertiary. So note down these points. Next, note down what is the carbocation and what is the structure. So carbon atom defined carbocation or carbonium ion. As for every positive we write ion. So carbonium or carbocation is defined as a group of atoms with a positively charged carbon atom having 6 electrons in its valency shell. A carbocation may be formed in a number of ways. For example, in alkyl halides, the distribution of electron takes place. The halogen is more electronegative than this carbon. In this total electron pair comes here, so it gives the carbon positive and X minus. Or when attack of an H plus ion takes place in case of alkene, so this electron pair again shifted to, that is due to what? Due to the region plus E effect. So this electron pair comes here, it is negative charge, to this H plus is added. And here this carbon gets the positive charge. In this way, a positive charge is created, carbon atom carrying positive charge. The structure, the carbon atom carrying this positive charge, then they are surrounded by 6 electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in its valence shell. So in this way, at the 6 electrons, it undergoes sp2 hybridization, and sp2 hybridization is planar in nature, so carbocation is planar in nature. Next, the 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals form 3 sigma bonds with hydrogen or other carbon atoms or with other atoms, and the unhybridized p orbital of carbon that contain no electron. So next type of carbocation, the carbocations are classified as primary, secondary and tertiary carbocations depending upon the type of nature of carbon atom to which carries this positive charge. If so in this they are classified as the alkyl carbocation, they are classified into 3 types. It is tertiary carbocation, secondary carbocation and primary carbocation. And due to resonance, due to inductive effect and hyperconjugation effect, tertiary carbocations are more stable than that of the secondary, than that of the primary. Okay, so more is the dispersal of this positive charge between these alkyl groups, more is the stability. So this more is the inductive effect plus the effect, more is more with the stability. Similarly, so due to this hyperconjugation effect, it has more number of hyperconjugative structures than these. It is carried by 9 electrons, and here there are 6 electrons, here there are 3 electrons. So more number of hyperconjugation structure here than this. In this one is more stable than this and than this. The stability and the reactivity order is different. In this, the reactivity order of different carbocation is primary is more reactive than secondary and tertiary. Similarly, more due to some resonance effect, the alkyl groups carbocations with alkyl and the allyl carbocations are more stable. So what are the, so this is the reactivity order. Okay, 1 minute here I have left to write. What is the benzyl carbocation? So due to resonance effect, this one is known as benzyl carbocation, CH2 plus, and allyl carbocation, CH2 double bond CH single bond CH2 plus. This is known as an allyl group, allyl carbocation. So this is allyl carbocation. If there is triphenyl carbocation is there, then this is again more, look here. If the structure is like this, here one C and another C, and here another, suppose. In this way, if there are 3 benzyl groups and it carries a positive charge, this is again more stable. That is due to more resonating structures. Okay. Next comes to carbanion. So a carbanion or carbon anion is defined as a group of atoms with a negatively charged carbon atom. This is generally formed by the heterolytic cleavage. So if some electronegative group is present that attracts the hydrogen atom, then due to which the carbon carries the negative charge. So in presence of a base, when aldehyde, acetaldehyde reacts with OH minus, it attracts H plus ion. So in this way, H plus OH minus it forms water and it forms a carbanion. Here bond breaking takes place and this electron pair comes here. Okay, so we can say, so this electron pair totally moves towards this. In this way, NH2 minus attacks H plus ion and this electron pair shifted towards this. As a result, there is a formation of carbanion intermediate. So what is the structure? As here the carbon atom is surrounded by 8 electrons. So here 3 sigma bonds. So it forms 3 sigma bonds and another pair of electron. For that it carries the negative charge. So look here. Suppose you can see here 4 electrons. It forms 4 bonds with another electron is there. So if we receive another electron, it's surrounded by 8 electrons. So 8 electrons means it carries one negative charge. So it carries one negative charge. It has total 4 pair of electrons. In this it's here the carbon atom undergo sp3 hybridization. So sp3 means it should have a tetrahedral structure, but there is one lone pair electron and 3 bond pair electron, for which structure is like that of ammonia. So like that is trigonal pyramidal structure. Next come to types of carbanion. Carbanions are classified as primary, secondary, tertiary carbanions depending on the nature of carbon atom carrying negative charge. If it is attached to 3 carbon atom, this is a tertiary carbanion. If it the negative charge carbon carries 2 carbon atom, that is secondary. If it carries at least 1 carbon atom, then that is maximum 1 carbon atom, that is a primary carbanion. So the reactivity of different carbanion follows the order. That is tertiary is more reactive than secondary than primary. That is just reverse of the free radical and carbocation. The relative stability of different carbanion follows the order. That is the primary greater than secondary, greater than tertiary. Among the primary, methyl carbanion is more stable and less reactive. Then ethyl, then isopropyl, then tertiary butyl. And benzyl and allyl free radicals, these are also more stable, that is due to resonance. And these alkyl carbanions, the stability depends on the inductive effect. More is the electron releasing group attached to a carbon atom carrying negative charge, less is its stability. Okay, so note down this. Next come for attacking reagent. So what is this attacking reagent? Next come for attacking reagent. So what is this attacking reagent? So attacking reagent is that which generally attacks the organic molecule to form a reaction intermediate, or it may attack a reaction intermediate to form any other compounds. So generally which attacks a reaction, generally organic molecule to form a reaction intermediate, that are actually known as the attacking reagents. So there are different types of attacking reagents. Like there are different types of reaction intermediates. So there are different types of attacking reagent: free radicals, electrophiles, and nucleophiles. So attacking reagent, there are 3 types. One is free radicals, another electrophile, and another nucleophile. Nucleophiles. So electrophiles and nucleophiles. So what are the free radicals? So free radicals already discussed in reaction intermediates, how these are generated, what is nature. Here that is also same in case of this attacking reagent. So no need to discuss here about this free radicals. Then what is electrophile? Already we have discussed in electrophile whenever we discussed about electrophile nucleophiles, when we discussed about the Lewis acid base theory. So electrophile, that means electron loving. So electron loving means that is, it has more thickness for electron. That means it is positively charged. It has more affinity towards electron. So it has more thickness for electron or electron loving species. In this way, these are electron deficient species. So actually these are electron deficient species and they have more loving for electron. So as electron loving in this way, these electrophiles, either these are positively charged species or some neutral species having a less number of pair of electron, having electron deficient nature. That is your all cations that are H plus ion, NO2 plus ion, Cl plus ion, or Ca2 plus Na plus, all cations are electrophiles, as well as all neutral molecules having electron deficient, that is BF3, AlCl3, FeCl3. These are known as electrophiles. Then what are the nucleophiles? So nucleophiles means nucleus loving. So you know nucleus is positively charged, and loving for that means this nucleus loving, that means this nucleophile is a species which has more electron density. Which has more electron density. It has more affinity towards a positive center. So as it has more positive center, in this way that species will be electron rich species. So the electron rich species are known as nucleophiles, where the electron deficient species are known as electrophiles. So what are the electron rich species? So any atom or group of atom which carries negative charge, carbonate ion, chloride ion, sulfate ion, all negatively charged ions, these are known as your nucleophiles. And neutral molecules having unshared pair of electrons like alcohol, water, amine, so these are known as nucleophiles. I think it is clear. Now what is electrophiles and nucleophiles? Now note down this. Next come to attacking reagents. So there are three types of attacking reagents. So attacking reagent, three types of attacking reagents. There are three types of attacking reagents. Okay, that are your free radicals, electrophiles, and nucleophiles. So electrophiles, electron loving species, or electron deficient species. Electron loving species or electron deficient species, there are less number of electrons. A positively charged or neutral species which are deficient of electrons and accept a pair of electrons are called electrophiles. So electrophiles are also called Lewis acids. Some positive examples, these are some examples of positively charged electrophiles, and these are examples of some neutral electrophiles. Next, nucleophiles, these are nucleus loving or positively charged loving. These are electron rich species. So a nucleophile is negatively charged or neutral species having at least one unshared pair of electrons. So the nucleophiles are also called Lewis species. So these are some examples of negatively charged nucleophiles, and these are some examples of neutral nucleophiles. Okay, so these nucleophiles are also known as Lewis bases, whereas electrophiles are known as Lewis acids. So this is for today.